Zoya.
And this is Asya.
I'm going to be asking my mom 16 questions.
Oh wow, let's get started.
Where did you grow up?
I grew up in a place called Chennai, which is in India.
Okay.
And yeah, that was my birthplace, and that's where I was born. I grew up and spent a lot of time.
Okay. Where did your parents grow up?
My parents also apparently grew up in the same city, Chennai, and yeah, there were nearby cities near Chennai, which was earlier called Madras,
Okay.
and they did have a couple of places where they spent their childhood, but most of the part was spent in Madras,
Okay.
Chennai.
Okay. What was your childhood like?
My childhood was very, very nice. I grew up with a lot of cousins, and we were used to living in a joint family back home in India.
Oh.
The culture is such that our fathers, our grandparents, and my father's brothers, we all lived in the same house. So I grew up with a lot of cousins, and it was fun all the time.
Yeah. Okay. What was your home like?
Like I said, my home was with so many people all the time. We had a lot happening in the house, festivities, birthday parties, any household function. We had a lot of fun.
Okay. What was your school like?
My school was a fun part of me growing up. I loved the school that I went to. I had the best friends from school. We grew up together. We studied from the age of 3. We were together, and we did our schooling, our college, and we stuck together for almost 15 years. Yeah, 15, 20 years, because we did our graduation together, and that's where I think I spent the most beautiful years of my life. And I had the most beautiful friends that one could ever have and one could ever want.
What were your hobbies?
Well, back then, children really invested a lot of time in hobbies like stamp collecting and coin collection and collectible cars. Unlike today, where kids are always, with gadgets and they really don't have a hobby. So we had a lot of fun collecting stamps, and I remember we had such lovely books that we had made, and
Were they like paper books?
yeah, pretty much like a photo album. And we saved every stamp we got. I mean, I had my brother and I, who were the two of us growing up together. We used to have competitions as to who's going to collect more stamps and coins, and we had a lot of fun doing all that.
Yeah. Tell me about your friends growing up.
My friends, like I said, I had 2 best friends in school, and
What were their names?
one was Diksha, and the other one was Pooja, and we were most often referred to as the 3 Musketeers in the school, because we always stuck around, we always fooled around, we had everything, every fun that we ever had in school was memories of all of us together every time.
Tell me about your relationship with your brothers or sisters.
I have one elder brother, and he was always a friend, always a very nice guide, a friend that I could talk to I wasn't, although I had respect for him as an elder brother, but I could always reach out to him as a friend. He never, hesitated helping me or, resolving issues for me. And yeah, he always made sure that he played the role of an elder brother very, very well.
Okay. What were your parents like when you were growing up?
My parents were very sweet, and I remember I being very friendly with my parents, especially my father.
Okay.
My father was more of a friend than a parent. Although we had a very we were a very neutral family where we didn't have any strict parents among my mom and dad, but we had a friend in my dad and a mentor in my mom. So yeah, that was how my parents raised us, and we never hesitated to talk to them about anything, and we never feared them,
Yeah.
or we always had respect for them, and we loved them.
What were your parents' jobs?
My dad was in business, and I remember he spending a lot of time at work. My mom was always with us. She was the homemaker. She stayed home for us. She was there for us every single day of our lives, and every moment we needed, any sort of shoulder to lean on or help or anything that we wanted. I think our mom was always there, and she
Yeah.
helped me a lot with my school projects, and she
Yeah.
always participated with everything that happened in school.
Yeah.
She used to actively help me out with science projects and art projects, and yes.
Were your parents strict?
Like I said, no, they weren't strict, but we always had respect. We never
Yeah.
feared them, and tried keeping things away from them. We always put things across very nicely, and even if my dad or mom wanted, to teach us something, they always chose the friendly way of talking to us.
Okay. What chores did you have growing up?
I loved helping, actually.
too.
When I was maybe your age,
Yeah.
I remember cleaning up, because I used to see my mom, the way she used to keep her house, and how
Yeah.
particular she was about cleanliness, hygiene, and arranging things in the house. So I think, I liked helping around, and I enjoyed doing it.
Did you have any pets?
No, I did have pets, but I did have, I think, a bird for a while. I'm not too sure how long I had it for, but yeah, I did have pets for a long time. I was
What
always
was the
scared
bird's
of.
name?
I don't remember the name.
Okay. What did you want to be when you were little?
I think I wanted to, because my dad was in the clothing line. They made clothes. They had their own formal wear, and they designed clothes. I always was keen, on learning about fashion, about designing. Yes, clothes were always my. I used to always admire that field.
Too.
I wanted to be a designer. I wanted to study fashion. I wanted to study designing.
How did you wash your clothes when you were little?
Well, we had a lot of help back home.
Okay.
So I think we had people helping my mom with washing clothes, and dropping us to school, and
Yeah.
we had help for that. We had a lot of help for that.
Okay.
Unlike in this place.
Like, did you wear normal clothes or did you like wear a certain kind of clothes?
We wore normal clothes because we were Muslims. We had sometimes our parents enjoyed dressing us up in Islamic clothing.
Yeah.
For festivities, for
Yeah.
holidays, for any sort of gatherings, functions. Yeah.
Okay.
So we enjoyed doing that. Are we done?
Yeah.
Oh, that was lovely talking to you, and going back in down memory lane in my childhood and talking so much about my.
Listening to you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye.